Hi everyone, and welcome to the Knittynina Diaries. My name is Doris, otherwise known as Knittynina on Ravelry and Instagram, and this is a podcast that focuses on my passion for the fiber arts, particularly in the areas of knitting, some crocheting, and recently I've been dabbling into some sewing. I am super excited to be here with all of you today, as this actually marks my first episode ever in the world of podcasting. So I'm a bit nervous, so please bear with me, but very excited, and I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy days to sit with me here and join me on my first episode of this podcast. I'm actually coming to you from a suburb west of the city of Philadelphia in the state of Pennsylvania in the United States, and very excited here because the fall is just around the corner and you feel that chilly weather. I call it sweater. Well, we call it knitters, right? Sweater weather. No, I won't be dancing anymore, I promise. But beautiful, kind of crisp air, sunny on a Saturday morning. So very, very happy with today's weather and happy to be here with you all. So all the show notes and links to anything that we chat about here today will be found on the description box below. So feel free to visit that if you see anything you'd like to explore further. So let's get started, shall we? Before I start showing any projects, I must do the iconic, right? I've been watching so many podcasts. The iconic segment where you take a sip of a tea or a cup of java or anything that you like to drink. So join me while you go have a cup yourself. Good tea. And I did want to highlight this mug that I have here for you today. So this mug is handmade. Look, check this out. Oh, it has such a sturdy feeling. And it says Knittynina. And this mug was made by Laura Lynn. And she has an Etsy shop by the name of Laura Lynn Pottery. Just so pretty. Look at the handle. Her work is amazing. And just the dots, she carries them all around. See that lipstick right there? All around. And she can actually customize it to anything you want. So it's really nice. And it just has a really good shape. So go check her out. She has really nice stuff. So I have to tell you that I got to thank two people out there that really pushed me to finally record. I was so nervous about it, still am. Hopefully it's not too obvious. But these two people really kind of inspired me to finally just do it, right? The first lady, her name is Gaina, and she is from the podcast by the name of Tales from Cuckoo Land, right out of the UK, and she's just such a beautiful lady. She's so pretty, so sweet, so creative. I follow her podcast religiously. I mean, she just inspires me every segment as she displays her knitting projects, speaks about them, her gardening, her cooking, her lovely home. Oh my gosh, it's like so beautiful. And but more importantly, how she opens the door for us to kind of meet her family. And she has such a beautiful family, and her kids, oh, they're so sweet. They look so cute. And she actually had a live video, I think it was like a week ago or so, and we shared cameras, so that's why I feel like I met her. And again, she's as pretty and sweet on live video as she is in her podcast. And she just said, just record, just do it. Put yourself out there. So thank you, Dana. That's exactly what I'm doing. And the other person that I want to highlight, I don't know her, I should say, in real world, right? Real, and meeting her every day. But her name is Gigi. I'm sure you all know her from Gigi Made It. Kind of the iconic orange lady, right? The goddess of orange, as I believe she calls herself. So she posted something on Instagram the other day, and I just kind of really resonated with me. She wrote, don't try, do. You have to show up for you. Fear and all, whatever it is, do it. Don't try. Damn it, do it. That's it. That's my thought. My ask is that you share, because I know somebody needs to hear this. And you know, quite frankly, I think she was speaking to me. I'm sure she was speaking to a lot of people, but it really resonated with me because just, you know, just do it. And if it goes well, goes well. And if it doesn't, well, so be it. At least I tried, right? And you know what? I know I'm a little late in the game, but it's never too late to give this a go, right? And if I fall, hopefully I'll get up with the help of a lot of people or by myself and keep going. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules again to join me on this episode. And the third item, I just wanted to say that the reason I'm really doing this is because I figured I'd do it in the month of September, also to honor and celebrate what's special to me, being the fact that this month is Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, and I happen to be a proud Latina. I have Latin and Hispanic roots, and I was actually born in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and my mother was Mexican, and my dad was born in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and he has Finnish and German blood. So I have a kind of a nice, interesting melting pot. I was very blessed to travel around the world, and I speak various languages. So please bear with me if you hear an accent or I don't pronounce a word correctly or have an expression that's not right. I'm known to do that. But yeah, so I figured, hey, let's do it. Let's celebrate, and Latina and fiber. Let's go. Okay, so let me start with my first project. And while I bring it out, that's why, you know, when you saw the mug that said Knittynina, a lot of people tell me, oh, I thought that was your name, Nina. The reason I call myself Knittynina is because Nina is girl in Portuguese. So I feel like something like knitting girl. But anyway, so let's talk about my first project in knitting. And this project is housed in my notes through this journal that I got. And I added this little sticker. I've got to show this to you. This sticker came from La Bien-Aimée. From France that she sent me. I bought some skeins, and I think this beautiful little sticker, and I figured I add it there. And recently I've been housing my notes here, not to change direction of craft, but not recently, but a couple of years I've been doing hand lettering, and I love taking notes and journaling. So I know, don't laugh, but so I write in cursive, like the pattern, the yarn title, all of these in cursive with a brush pen, and then I'm writing, you know, kind of the notes of the pattern and what I did. Pattern, I can't see, yarn, needle, I guess it says gauge, yardage, notes, yeah, yardage, notes, and then I'll transfer that information into Ravelry. Yeah, so I'm really loving this part. Okay, so it's the Hollows shawl from B Mandarine. Otherwise, that's her name actually. I mean, otherwise known as B Mandarine. Her name is, forgive me, Melody Hoffman. And I'm sure you all know her. She has amazing patterns out there. I'm a little late to the game with some of her patterns, but I'm doing one of her oldies, if you will, kind of. I just love it. It's called the Hollows shawl, and here it is in all its glory. Oh, I just totally loved it. It's knit, I think this is what you call a crescent shawl, I believe, and then it starts right up here and then you start increasing, and you start doing these eyelet holes with yarn overs. My nose is itchy, sorry. And then you start doing some short row shaping, and it starts giving it not only length, as you can see, but dimension. And then it keeps giving dimension, and until you get these unbelievable wavy segments, until you get to all the way to the end. So let me show you from the corner to corner. First of all, I gotta move closer here and show you the bind off of this shawl is just so beautiful and dainty, and it's a picot bind off, and it's followed after a I'm calling these little eyelet rows of yarn overs, and it just goes down and down. It's just so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so take a look at that, and then it moves. I'm trying to bring it in, and then it keeps going and going and going. Sorry about that, was my phone. And then let's see, I hope you can see this. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's so, I am just totally in love with it. And then it gets to the end, right? So while I put it on, I'll talk to you a little bit about the yarn. So the yarn I used is a Danish, I'm pretty sure it's Danish, yarn, Holtz garn, as they say it, Holtz yarn, and it is an unbelievable price point. Oh my gosh, such a great price point. The quality, I'm very pleased with the quality. This is what you might call, or falls under the category of a rustic yarn, but it's not itchy. It's not itchy. It's got bite, what I call bite to it, but it's not itchy. Not itchy whatsoever. Especially after you're washing it. It just, oh my gosh, I totally love this. Let me see. I don't know if you can see this. I have really bad eyesight, so I had my glasses, but I can't see that far away. So, yes. So I did Holtz yarn. It comes in a cone. You could buy it in a cone, right? It gives, that cone is a 566 gram cone. Forgive me, somebody is just like going crazy and texting me. Let me lower all this. 506 gram cone, which is equivalent to 3,140 yards. Or it comes in 50 gram skeins that are 314 yards. The pattern calls for 1,140 yards with a US 6 needle, and with a gauge of approximately 16 stitches for 4 inches. And what I decided to do, because this Holtz yarn is fingering, I doubled it to kind of get gauge. So I wounded it and put 2 strings together, and I used a US 6, and I got the what the gauge that she called for, or a little smaller, I think. But anyway, so it just really doesn't matter if you have, you know, a perfect gauge or not in this case, but I just love it. I just really love it. The color of the yarn is blue topaz, so it has like a little, I just don't know, it's a very nice blue, very nice blue. And you can wear it in so many shapes. You could also obviously wear it as it calls for, as a shawl, you know, and you can just get in bed and read a good book and sit in front of a fireplace. I don't have a fireplace. I wish I had a fireplace. But just sit and get all cozy. Or you can do one of these and then just wrap it up like, wait, that didn't work very nicely, I think. Let me see, just give it, and then just give it a little, that was not working, right? Just a little wrap. There you go. Something like this. Again, the length gives it a lot of flexibility, so you can put it all around. And let me show you as I push over here. Forgive me. So this is another color I bought, and I love this color. I'm totally in love with this color, and I'm gonna do a shawl. I'm gonna knit a shawl with it. Not sure which one, but again, here's the label. Holds. Hopefully that is focusing. And this, again, the yarn, this one and this is Noble, Noble. That's the name of this particular yarn, and it's 95% Guilon wool, 5% cashmere wool, and this is the skein that I was telling you earlier that has 300 and this one actually has 364 yards. It's a 50-gram skein. And this oops, sorry, I was like losing focus there. Forgive me. This color is camisole. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's like a beautiful ballerina pink. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty. I love it. So very, very excited about it. The yarn is amazing. It's soft. It's just gorgeous. And this pattern is really, I think, a keeper, and I might even do a second one. I don't know what color, but highly recommend it. Go check her out, Be Mandarine. And this is her Hollow Shawl by Melody Hoffman. Okay, so let's go on to the second project. And the second project, actually I should speak what I'm wearing, right? What I'm wearing is what I call an old sweater. I did this like 8 years ago. This is a cardigan that I made 8 years ago, and it's actually, you know, it's resisted the test of time. It is the Kelly cardigan, yes, the Kelly cardigan by Erica Knight, and you can see the notes on my Ravelry page. But the yarn I use, yes, it has a lot of the fuzzies. Oops, sorry about that. But the reason even it has more of fuzzies is this is, I think it was Louisa Harding Angora, and it's so soft. A lot of fuzzies, but hey, for 8 years, I think it's really survived the test of time. Yeah, very soft, very simple. I didn't do buttonholes or buttons, right? What I did is I put a little snap. You can, I think, see it. I can snap it here, and then I can just leave it snapped, right? Perfectly snapped there. I'm not going to snap it right now, or I leave it open. And then when I leave it open, I figured, you know what? I should do a little whimsical thing. So I didn't know how to sew with a sewing machine at the time, but I sewed by hand this. I'm going to show it to you. It's kind of this like ribbon, and then it has little red stitches, and I sewed that all from the top, so if it flared out, you had that little kind of whimsical look in a very dark navy blue, but just a very classic piece, and I love it, and it's very cozy. Okay, so the next project I have for you is a pair of socks from somebody who I'm sure you're following her, because she's got the most beautiful designs in socks. This Handmade Life, I decided to do her, forgive me, her Wildflowers and Honeycomb pair of socks, right? Guess what? I love the pattern so much that this is what happened. Look at how long I made it. OMG, who am I? I made a boot sock. Oh, this goes all the way. I'm like 5'4", 5'5", 5'4", I would say. And it reaches the top of my knee, and wait till you see this up close. Wait till you see her pattern. So it looks, see those little eyelets? Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And they're like, they look like little diamond flowers. And they, every other row, they're offset to create this pattern. I'm showing you it up close so you can see the ribbing. And while I do that, I'll talk to you about the yarn. The yarn is Shashan from Regia Premium. This is a merino yak yarn. And it has 58% wool. I think it has around 14% yak, and the remaining, what would that be? 28% is nylon, polyamide. And it's just so soft. It has a nice stretch feel to it. Look at the color. This is a color. Oh gee, you would think I know the color. It's like a blue with grayish. I don't have the tag in terms of the color. Love it. Oh, wait till, let me show you the heel. Oh my gosh, wait, can you see that heel? Wait. Actually, you know what? Let me show you the second pair that it's on my thing. Hello. So here it is. I can't get stuck with the hanger here, the foot blocker, the sock blocker, because it's so long. But let's show you the heel. Oh my, look at that heel. Look at that. I don't know. She's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. Look at how cool that looks. This heel is to die for. And then your decreases. And then it's just, I totally love it. So I have to see if I can, by the time I upload this to YouTube, if I have pictures, but I'm thinking that obviously I'm going to use it like with my long, like hunter boots kind of thing in the winter, but also imagine having like a linen dress and then some tights underneath the linen dress, and then I'm thinking I have these really cute red clogs, Danish red clogs, and then kind of with my shawl and a nice linen dress, and oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. This is what was left. I used I think I used like 3 on a US 2. I never said that, US 2 needle, and this is what was left out of 3 skeins that I did. And then I have do I have that here? Yes, I got it in another color because I loved it so much. So let me show you what the label of this yarn looks like. Again, it's a Shashan Regia Premium Merino Yak, and I got it also in this mustard color. Oh my gosh, look at that, how pretty. It's a nice mustard, but see how it's like has a little bit of heathering? It has a little polka dot, like little gray in it. That's the same with the blue. So great yarn. I love it. And this is a 100 gram skein. So those were it. Those was my sock and my shawl. Okay, so that's knitting, and let me show you my crochet before I show you my works in progress. So I mostly knit. I started crocheting years ago. That's how I really went into this whole thing, and that'll be another episode, how I discovered this beautiful craft. But I started crocheting, and then I discovered knitting, and OMG, I never went back. However, I get these like waves during the course of the year that I really feel like crocheting. And recently in the summer, I was watching a lot of Arne and Carlos. And, you know, they love to crochet in the summer, especially in the summer, and with their flowers. And I got inspired with their garden. And then I saw also a episode from the Bakery Bears. Oh, you've got to check that couple out. They're just so much fun. And they have such a great production. Karen or Kate? I think it's Kate. Forgive me if I've got her name wrong. I'll try to put it up here. She was doing a blanket, and and she was using her sock yarn, a granny square blanket, and I fell in love with it. I said, oh my God, I have to do it. But I didn't want to do it because I was going to gift it to somebody, and I wanted the person to be able to wash it, and I want it very pastel-y. But then I started crocheting this, and I got addicted. I absolutely loved it. The price point of the yarn is phenomenal. Yes, it's not wool, so it is acrylic. But I gotta tell you, for the price point, and if somebody wants to crochet something that is pastel-y and you put it in the washer, this is your yarn. But let me show you what I did. It is massive. It is an oversized queen size blanket made up of these 11 row double granny squares that are basically double crochets going around and around and around. And I did it in different types of yarn colors. So I kind of did, chose my pastel colors. Let me show you. This is the side. This is huge. It's 56 of these squares I crocheted, and then I put them together with that ivory frame that you're seeing here. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but I just want to give you a feel of the yarn. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, I love that one. Look at this. This is like a purple. This is, I can't see it. Yeah, it's like a grayish. And then it comes to end, and then this is ooh, look at this pink one with gray. And then it goes, are you ready? Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can. Okay, I'm officially underneath the blanket. I am officially underneath the blanket. Okay, I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to look through the holes. Help! I'm stuck! Hi, it's me. Okay, so, I hope you can see this. Oh, look at this one. I really like that one. Oh my gosh, look at that blue. Let me get, I'm trying to show you this. Oh, look at this one right here. This is like a lavender. It has green. This is a purple. I haven't put this on Ravelry yet, but I'm hoping to take pictures and post it. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Now let's talk about the yarn. It is huge. It is an oversized blanket. And I've already started using it. Let me just put it like around me so we can talk about the yarn. Oh my gosh, it's so cozy. Oh, I'm looking for doing it like a shawl. Okay. Let me get the labels. So there's two companies that kind of make the same yarn. The only variation, if I recall correctly, was I think one of it is a little darker than the other, but I just did a variety. So let me start with the first one. So I started, hold on, I'm all over the place. So it is Plymouth Yarn Dream Baby DK, and it's called Paint Pot. It's got 50% acrylic, 50% nylon, and the price point is unbelievable. I started because it just gives you the color. Like for the example, this one's $14.15, and then I started writing the color as I was going to remember the band. This was the blue light with the blue beige and the cream. But you know what? There were so many colors that I chose that I stopped keeping track of all the colors. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then I did this on a 4mm needle, crochet needle. Here's another yarn I used, and go and check them out because they have a lot of colors. This one also, like this one's the blue, white, and yellow. Pink and Sage, and this one was this yarn Crofter from Serdar. So 4mm crochet hook. I guess a USA F5, or in the UK that would be an 8 crochet hook that I used. Again, for 11 rows of those little single double crochets until I make the granny square. And then this one also. So this is Rascal by Serdar. And again, has such pretty colors. So I did 56 blocks, and then I put them in kind of in my bed, and I curated them and said, okay, which colors do I want here and there? And once I had that order, I kind of put them together by rows. Think of when you're sewing and you're sewing pieces that you do that chain piecing in the sewing machine, was exactly what I did with this. So I put all the squares in the order I liked them. I put them in the order in my bed, and then I took the rows and kind of stacked them up. And then I decided to, which I've never done, I did a crochet blanket a long time ago, and I did a mattress seam stitch. But I had seen on YouTube that there was some people that were doing, they said crochet as you go and you connect them. I said, you know what, that might be easier. And guess what? It is. It is by far much easier. It goes quickly than mattress, and it does a really nice, let me show you, it does a really nice connection here. And basically, in a nutshell, is you're picking up, you're doing the, not picking up, you're doing these double crochet, 3 double crochets in each space, and then on the edge of the square, and you're just doing all of that. In this case, I'm using ivory to frame all of the squares, and then you kind of make, you pick up this square and you join that, and then you keep going, and on the way back you bring up another square and you're joining as you go, and then you join this one. So you're kind of going like an S. But one thing it does really pretty is it does like this little flower motif. Unfortunately, let me see if you can see it. Oh my gosh, no wonder I'm boiling. I've had this whole thing on me. Ugh, hold on. Whew. I was like, why is it so hot? Let's see if you can see it. Okay, there you go. See this little diamond? It does this little gorgeous little diamond connection. And this is join as you go. And the person that has an amazing video on YouTube to learn how to do it is Hooked by Robin. Love you, whoever. I don't know much about her, but her videos, I'm telling you, unbelievable. Not only does she show you really well how to connect these, the other thing that I learned from her, let me give you an example, is when you start, where's my start? Here's my start. When you start, so I did a magic, I used to do a magic ring, and then I would do 3 double crochets, that's US terms, into the space, and I think I chained 2, and then 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So I kind of have like this little 4 clover, if you will. And then I would close the ring, okay? But every time I would crochet, sometimes that hole would open up and I had to tie it in and weave it very strongly. Are you ready? She has a technique that is called double magic ring. And it's a double magic ring, and once you close it, let me tell you, it is closed. It stays firmly. That little hole never opens. Oh my gosh, she's brilliant. So after I did, I united all of the squares, then what I decided to do is do a border on the same color. But here's what I did at the end. So I did double crochets, and then I did single crochets. And if you can notice, on the single crochets up here, I kind of brought in a pop of color of the different skeins of the yarn. And I just did this randomly. See how it starts changing to lavender, and then you've got some peekaboo pink, and here we have some blue, and it just gives it that little touch. And then look at this little pop of pink against this square, and then you keep going. This is a square I put. I'm not too happy about this square. I think it's too dark for this, but it's okay. It is what it is. And look at this, the pink, and then, but I'm showing you all. See how you just bring it in? You're just doing a row of single crochet on this space, and then you go back to do the final with that. I might do a video. And you know what? Again, check Hooked by Robin. She definitely, I'm sure she has this as well. And look at, see how I'm ending with the block purple, and then look at the pop of blue against the lavender. And then we'll get to the corner, and see the corner, how cute that is? I mean, it's just a small little thing, but when it's on the bed lying down, oh, just, it gives it that je ne sais quoi little feeling. C'est très bon. It's really, really pretty, huh? So, finished in all its glory. So hopefully I will put some pictures on it, but it's large, it's heavy, 56 squares of happiness and love, and it is so yeah, it's actually really cozy yarn. And the beauty is I could put it in the washing machine and done. So that's that. Now let's talk about moving along to works in progress. I'm just checking my time here. Okay, let's talk about works in progress. So this is another blanket in the knitting world, and a lot of you guys out there have been making these. This one started for me like a year ago, and I've just been really moving slowly with this. But it is a memory square blanket, and this one, as opposed to the pastel colors, has a lot of bright, happy colors. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not finished, it's just, but this is my memories blanket so far. And I'm holding this because I have stitches being held. But as you can see, very, very bright colors. I think I have 17 squares like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coming down. Now, I'm trying to think. US, this is merino singles that I'm using, so it's not sock yarn, it's merino singles, and I'm doing it on a US 2 needle. And then this yarn is all hedgehog fibers. Oh my gosh, look at that blue and that pink. Oh, look at this sky blue. Just her color palette is exquisite. GG orange. Isn't that something that when we see orange, we call it GG orange? At least I do. People are like, what? You're looking for GG orange? Pantone hasn't come out with that color number yet. I'm like, well, it has to. Look at that pink. Oh my gosh, I totally love it. So my squares, US 2 needle, Marengo singles. These are hedgehog fibers, all of them. Nice square. A lot of people have different ways they do these squares, but I particularly, see, I'm on my corner here. You're basically picking up stitches and then creating another group of stitches here in the corner if you're creating the first row, the first square, and then you're knitting, and in the middle, what I call the spine of the square, you are decreasing, and then that square starts going like, you know, closing up. and it creates that mitered look. And then my square is 47 stitches. A lot of people have different calculations. My squares here are 47. I said, yeah, 47. So it's 22 on one side, 22 on the other. And the mitered is the 3 stitches in the middle that I'm doing a double decrease. And my double decrease, see, a lot of people have a big ridge here. My ridge, I decided to make it very like subtle. There's other pattern. Oh, look at this pastel pink. OMG, look at this pink. You know, it's interesting. I was knitting this the other day, and my friend said to me, "Oh my gosh! I mean, it just, you start looking at these colors up closely. It's a talking piece, because I mean, you really start looking at the color, how she saturates it, how she puts the speckles, and it just truly. Oh, look at this one! I really like this, like blue with the." You can't go wrong with all her colors. She is unbelievable. So, and let me show you the back. So the back is pretty much, I weave in the end on the first row of the square. So I weave it as I'm knitting, so I don't have to weave ends at the end of the project. You see? So now I'm when I'm done, I'll be done. The only thing I'll show you is, like, for example, down here, I've weaved all of these. Oh, wait a second. I don't want to lose my stitches. I weaved all of these. You can see it. See the little lines there in, like, look at that blue one. The orange yarn is kind of weaved in as I go. The only thing at the end, I would just have to cut those. Just cut, snip, 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 snip. All the way, all the way, all the way, and then it's done. I don't have to weave ends. You know who has a great video on weaving ends as you go? Stephen West. Go check him out. I think he posted something on Instagram. Gosh, maybe 4 months ago or something. Don't quote me on the time frame, but he has a snippet video on his technique, and I don't remember the name of the technique, but it's a really cute name, Stephen kind of West, and he does a really quick and easy way to weave an end, so check it out. So this is my memory square blanket in progress. I think it's happy, happiness, happiness, happy, happy, happy. Love it. Okay, so that is my work in progress from a knitting, yeah. And then the other work in progress that I have is I'm working on a sock. Oops, I just lost a needle. And it is this one using Knit Picks Self Stripe. Oh, I love the color. Don't you like this color? Look at this purple grape with this beautiful cornflower blue stripe. I just love this. So I'm using a US 2 needle. It's a standard vanilla sock recipe. In my case, I cast on with a US 2. I'm doing cuff up. Is that how you say it? Cuff up. From the cuff up to the toe. That's how the direction of how I'm knitting it. So I cast on 64 stitches, knit 2, purl 2, and then I do the ribbing all the way. And this length for me, I think, is 7.5 from here to here. I like it kind of long, 7.5, maybe 8 inches. Because what I like to do is sometimes I just like to scrunch them up. And I can't put this in a sock holder yet because I'm still working on it, and I only have the first one I'm doing. And then when I got here, I wanted to have a contrast yarn, so I looked for something I had, and I found this corn blue, and very, very nice corn blue. And this is not Knit Picks, but the heel and the toes will be made out of this yarn called Trekking Sport. Hopefully you can see that. And this is color 1496. This is a yarn from a company called Citron, and this is their Trekking Sport. And I got this in a site called Simply Sock Yarn. It's a site, it's a company, that's all they sell is sock yarn. So I really was focused on looking for this shade for this, which I wanted it to match this particular line that you see there. So I think it did a pretty good job. The quality of it and how it holds up is still out there for jury until I wash it and use it. So let's keep moving. So then what I did is I did my typical here, slip one, knit one heel. The only difference here is I added a little garter edge for the first time. I usually only do the partridge heels, the slip one, purl, slip one, knit one. Now that heel that I showed you earlier on this Handmade Life, wildflower and honeycomb sock, that heel. I mean, I could speak about it, how I did it, but obviously I didn't do it. She designed it, so I can't really do it if you know, because it's her pattern. But that heel is a repetitive heel I'll be using in other socks because it's absolutely gorgeous. But look at this. So then this is knit one, knit two, knit three, right? You knit three, and then you just go ahead and do your traditional slip one, knit one. And then I finished it here. And it just does a really nice, how you're picking up the stitches, connecting it, so you don't really have any holes. I personally like it. It has a nice color to it. I mean, feeling to it. So it just, and you can see there's really no holes there, and the nice decreases, and then we're moving along. And yes, my friends, I know, for those magic loop folks out there, I'm a 4 double pointed needle kind of chick when I do my socks. But for those, again, magic loop 2 at a time sock people, don't lose hope on me. I will try one day. I just need someone to teach me. Someone that will sit with me and show me. That's one technique that on YouTube, just, I don't know, it's not registering. But I'm pretty fast with these double knitted, so I do that. So again, knit picks. I don't have the band, but I'll pop it in here on the screen, the color and everything, if you're interested. But very, very nice yarn. And they do a great job for striping sock. Very, very nice. And this is what I'm working on. See it? Just self-striping, knit pick, self-stripe. So that's my work in progress. My sock and my memory blanket. And then my last item I wanted to share with you and show you is a little small sewing project that I did, and I'm really happy and proud of it. It's actually this is my second, I think it's my third sewing bag. Here it is. What do you guys think? So my first third knitting sewing project, what I did is I had all these little scraps of Liberty of London, and I kind of put them together and kind of did a little patchwork here. And if you can tell, I then quilted it with an ivory color thread horizontally, and then I made for the bottom of the bag, there's this beautiful rich blue linen that is unbelievable. And the interface that I use is so squishy. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's like, if it didn't have double pointed needles, I could lie down here because that would be too dangerous if it pops out. But it is so nice. And I did it pretty wide enough, as you can see. It's 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5. So it's very, very nice and wide, but it's not a huge bag, but it fits a lot. I did it with a mint zipper, followed by kind of a minty, flowery inside. So I am loving my bag. Yay! Look at this pin. Isn't that adorable? Little knitting ball with, I'm getting a lot of shine here, with little 2 sticks. Oh, you gotta check her out. I got this pin from Twill and Print. Hopefully that's focusing. Twill and Print. Unbelievable. She has an Etsy shop. She has hard enamel pins. They're all gorgeous. And she's on Instagram as Twill and Print. And just, she has the cutest. I'll have to show you my little collection as we move along episodes. And here's another pen that I totally love. I didn't show you the handle. Wait, let me show you the handle. So this is the handle, right? It's nice and squishy. See, that interface is really, I used, I don't know, Peloton. And then I turn it around and I added this pin because, first, I love it. 2, because it pops, kind of brings those pink pastels. And it's a pair of sunglasses. Isn't that cute? And it says, look on the bright side. Oh, and that pin, for those sewers out there, you'll know who this company is. This I got from Rifle Paper Company. They make pins. Who knew? And it comes like, it was actually pinned right here. And I thought the card was so adorable. Riflepapercompany.com. So as you know, they do beautiful, beautiful, beautiful prints. But I didn't know they did pins. So very, very pretty indeed, these pens. So that's my sewing project. My little Liberty of London little patchwork quilted knitting bag, which I truly love. So another thing I wanted to show you, and we're almost at the end of wrap up, is you know us knitters love crochet. We love our acronyms, right? WIPs, works in progress, FOs, finished objects. So I came up with this one. That's not that it's going to go viral or anything like that, but I think I'm going to call them WOTHs. WOTHS. My WOTHs. What's on the horizon projects. My WOTHs. What I'm envisioning to do. And what I'm envisioning to do next is, so it's sweater weather, as we talked about. I still haven't decided some of the patterns. I've got to do 2 sweaters that I want to knit as gifts for Christmas. But I do want to, and I put it here in my notes, forgive me. It is, oh, here it is. So I chose the yarn, and I already wounded it. And the project I want to make a sweater, the sweater is my WOTH, works on the horizon, is the name, it's Grip. It's called GRIP, Grip. From the designer is Vera Valimaki. And I'm going to be using this beautiful, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's a very beautiful rich blue. I must be in a blue mode, right? Cascade Yarns, Eco Yarn. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And the color that I'm showing you right now is number 9332. And this is, I'm going to do, again, the Grip sweater by Vera Valimaki. And I'll be using a US 8 for the ribbing and a US 10 for the body. Check it out on Ravelry. It has like this really interesting construction. If I can, I'll try to pop it in. Depending on my editing skills, I'll try to pop a picture of it. So that's in my WOTH, my work project on the horizon. And yeah, that's what I have. What else? Oh, one more thing then. I'm always saying one more thing, like one more row. I want to do a shout out again. So if you remember in the beginning, the two people that I mentioned that really kind of pushed me to start the podcast and say just do it, where Gigi made it in her beautiful post, but also Gaina from Tales from Cuckoo Land. And I want to give a shout out to something in particular for Gaina. So I was looking for it, but I was taking too long. So I've ordered yarn from the Lay Family Yarn Company in the UK, and she just has beautiful yarn. How I learned about this yarn, look, we talk about inspiration, right? So I'm watching this podcast last year on somebody, and I can't remember who it was, who went to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Oh my God, that would be my dream. Let me take a deep breath. Getting a bit of a clapped. The Edinburgh Yarn Festival. And she was showing like yarn on the booth, and I saw this company, Lay Family Yarn, and I saw the colors, these pastels, and I just, my jaw just dropped. I'm like, okay, I gotta look them up. And I ordered this sock. Let me show you the company label first. Lay Family Yarn, and she has unbelievable colors. This set is called Perfect Posy. We're looking at 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon. This is a 100 gram skein, 425 meters. She just, oh my gosh, she does beauties. Look at that buttery yellow. Oh, look at that see the pops of raspberry and pops of pink, and then the contrasting skein here, small skein for sock, for the heel and toe. It's like a beautiful soft pistachio green. Oh my gosh, it is yummy. I think so. Although this is obviously very springy, I think I'm going to hold on to this till next year. But I did order these, and I don't want to open it yet, but I can show it to you. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but this to me is like going to an ice cream store and asking, can I have a scoop of each of these flavors? Because it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Look at that pistachio, that powder blue. This is kind of like a sagey moth. Oh, look at this apricot. This is raspberry, and that buttery yellow, creamy yellow. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Go check her out. Lay Family Yarn. This was the Lion Bridge collection, incidentally. And they're out of the UK. So the reason I wanted to highlight this particular yarn is that Lay Family Yarn, and I was looking for her on Instagram. Her name is Kelly Lay, the owner. I'm pretty sure it's Kelly Lay. She is joining forces with Tales from Cuckoo Land and a couple of other folks out there in the UK, a small niche group of amazing ladies, artists. Jules from So Sweet Violet. Is it? I'm saying that correctly? Maybe it's not Jules. Forgive me if I'm getting the names incorrectly, but go to Lay Family Yarn and you'll see a post in there. So Kelly Lay is joining forces to help out Gaina, forgive me, for a fundraiser to help fund money for purchasing a school bus for her local school out in the UK where her child goes. Now, this is not just any school. This is a school that helps and teaches and brings up fine young kids that are challenged with some sort of handicap or some special needs. And Gaina's son Billy goes to this school. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's adorable. And the bus is in its last, pushing out there on the seams, its last leg. And and the purchase of a bus is not cheap. So Gaina's gotten really creative, and she, unbelievable, does like these amazing raffles. She raffled tickets, I think, last week to see, tickets to go and see the Downton Abbey Castle in the UK. So people would donate money, and then she would choose the winner. I mean, unbelievable raffles. And she joined forces again with her 2 other beautiful friends, and to support her son's Bill's school bus, special needs school bus that is way underfunded. And it's I was saying the name So Sweet Violet. That's that Jules from So Sweet Violet, and she's putting up her pattern and proceeds of that as well. So proceeds from Lay Family and So Sweet Violet will go out. And someone else, forgive me, but I'll have to look it up on my notes. Possibly I'll pop it in here as well. But go support them. Great ladies, great podcasters, inspiration at its best. And there's so many podcasts that I would love to highlight, but I'll start sprinkling them during the episodes. But I do want to highlight another amazing podcaster. Obviously, the Crochet Girls, please. I mean, that's like your ABCs, fundamental foundation of podcasting shows, the Crochet Girls. Girls, I love you. You inspire me every day. I wanted to highlight also one person here in particular, Constance Cadell. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yarning Over the Days. She has a podcast called Stitching Over the Days. Her blog is actually Yarning Over the Days. She's Constance Cadell from Columbia, South Carolina. OMG. Constance, you rock. Just your styling, her petite, just everything that she puts on looks beautiful. I so wish that would be the case with moi, but it isn't. But Constance just sews beautiful dresses, knits unbelievable sweaters. The speed, I don't know. I mean, she has sweaters done all the time. And she's just lovely. She's absolutely lovely. So go check her out in her podcast, Stitching Over the Days. And then the only other person that right now that I'm thinking of is Stitching the High Notes. Also beautiful. She's out of San Francisco. So go check her out. She does bags too. Beautiful bags. Anyway, I want to cover so much more, but I think I might have done enough for one episode. What do you think? So I want to just thank you all again, really, truly, from the bottom of my heart. For those that stuck around with me the whole episode, thank you for taking the time, your valuable time, and spending it with me and chatting, and letting me share with you my love and my passion for the fiber arts. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And hey, until then, be kind, be happy, be safe and healthy, and keep on crafting, making. Ciao, ciao, everyone. See you next time. Mwah. Ciao.